first is the rescissions of 78 Biden-era EOs and presidential memoranda.
You want to call it out? Do you want to say it? Do you want to say it?
Oh, if you want me to, sir.
Why don't you say what I'm signing?
Sure. The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can I have a pen?
The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Sir, the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately. Thank you, sir. Next, we have a directive to every department and agency in the federal government to address the cost of living crisis that has cost Americans so dearly. Thank you, sir. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty. Yes, sir. We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty. And the next item, sir, is a letter that will be transmitted to the United Nations explaining that we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty. Thank you, sir. This next item is a directive to the federal government ordering the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship of free speech going forward. And lastly, sir, before we go back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration, as we've seen. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, we are just wrapping up here. Trump just signed a handful of executive orders, and he signed every single executive order with a different pen, and he is currently throwing those pens into the audience for people who are there to catch and take home as a memento of this day. He signed a flurry of executive orders. Now, I will say, it is unclear what the implementation of some of these executive orders really look like. A couple of them are very clear in terms of asking federal workers to return to work full time, to be in the office 5 days a week. That is one executive order that he signed. A freeze on federal hiring, except for the military. Another one that he signed, withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty, and then writing a letter to the United Nations explaining that they are doing so. Those are really the more tangible ones that we have seen. But there are some other ones that he talked about relating to free speech. He said he's directing the federal government to order the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship. And he's also signed a treaty, or a executive order rather, to end the weaponization of government against previous administrations, and one to address the cost of